My name is Emily. I am the Crazy Flippin' Mom, and we are going to talk about what's happening on the Walmart marketplace this week. Yes, we're going weekly at this point because there's so much to cover. This has been an insane week. If you are actively selling and looking at your catalog, do we all collectively have a heart attack this week? I mean, Wednesday we had in the Crazy Flippin' Mom community mastermind after dark, and I am telling you, we got on that call for 2 hours and sat in silence. Like, what is happening? What is this hair doing? But I want to explain to you what this week looked like, what to prepare for, what I have heard is coming next. So let's get into it. Walmart announced gating coming, and I'm trying to think of this timeline because they shut down health and beauty overnight, and that was such a cluster. The last 6 months on Walmart has been just like one more heart attack than headache after another. So they shut down health and beauty overnight, and then we knew that more gating was happening in other categories. That's right, because they told us that on the Walmart seller center, page: personal care, beauty, supplements, baby consumables, ingestibles. At the summit, we talked to compliance, and they said the last round of gating would affect babies. And now we know it's not just babies, it's babies and kids. So that was like I said this on my last conversation about Walmart, but that was like a huge gut punch. I'm not really selling formula or ingestibles, baby ingestibles, but I love selling kids clothes, kids items, all the things around kids, what they wear. So, we left the summit really having to reevaluate. I put on Flash Pricer. Thank God I have Flash Pricer, because also in the past 3 weeks, really ever since the summit, the seller center has been so glitchy. I can barely get in to update my prices, just beyond glitchy. I mean, I have 700 items in my catalog, and to get through each item, for it to load and then to reprice was 2 minutes each item. So I have Flash Pricer already hooked up, and I went in and just changed all my prices and pushed it over. That was okay, we're moving in the right direction moment. So then they said they were going to basically gate. That's what they're using with child's product certificate. CPC is basically their form of gating. Kids and beauty on the 25th. Now their baby, they were having this baby month on Walmart. That was rolling until the 30th. So the 25th came and went, and all of my baby and kids were still active. So I was I wonder if they're gonna let this roll out, just have more products to offer consumers until the 30th. And sure enough, the 30th or the 1st, everything started to fall into error and needing CPCs. That was what I was expecting. Now, the big issue I've had with CPCs is that you submit them over and over again. They do not accept them, even though they're from the brand direct. You have everything, or some they accept, some they don't, even though they're basically identical. So it's very glitchy. It can take anywhere from weeks to months for them to actually be reviewed and processed. And if there are any issues with those CPCs, you say, hey, these are actually from the brands and they should work, they'll say, hey, open a case. Even though we all know their Walmart employees probably are not, they don't have the training to look at those CPCs and validate or verify them. So we know that opening a case on these problems is going to be going around in circles, right? So you basically have to resubmit and wait weeks. And then now we're looking at the beginning of Q4, and all of this stuff is falling into error, and it's just how it's going to be. Such a cluster on Walmart this Q4. I know they are pushing people to send in WFS. I have some random, very boring items I'm sending in, but man, I am not touching holiday. They killed me last year with price suppressions, and so that was a hard lesson learned. So this year, I've not done a lot of seasonal, and I do not plan to do a lot of seasonal on Walmart because of all of the issues that are springing up overnight. People are getting suspended. The new thing I'm seeing a lot of is new sellers or sellers who are scaling because it's Q4 are going into this verification process. Your business, sales are basically put in suspension while they verify their account, and it is taking months to get back. I know they said 14 to 30 days So you're looking at weeks, but I think coming into Q4, there's so many people falling into these suspensions, it's gonna take way longer. Did I do my eyeliner like really dark on this side and not dark enough on this side? Then the crazy thing that happened this week is if you looked at your catalog at all, you saw that, what was it, Wednesday? Not only did baby and kid air out, but like everything in your catalog just aired out. And I had like a pretty good meltdown. And you probably saw this on social media. People were posting like their inventory was showing 2 million, 24 million, like crazy numbers. All of these standard products we've been selling that are not in any of the categories that should be affected by the gating were all in error. And when I opened an original case on this, it said I had to submit LOAs. It was traumatizing. And I think that this is just falling into all of the issues happening at once on this catalog are so traumatizing to sellers who have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars and have done everything right, have been good sellers, have never had issues, and then it is one hit after another. And this is when I say the trust issues now I have with this platform, I don't think I will ever recover. And I had a very straightforward plan for Q4, and everything that had happened right now on the marketplace has changed it all. I have spent the last week, longer than a week, looking at Amazon again and dusting my account off and seeing what I can sell. And it's not that I was over, I've always had an account there, but I've definitely pulled back on that platform because of the opportunity on Walmart. But now I just cannot trust sending in loads of inventory. And I'm hearing that from a lot of people who have really put all of their inventory and money and time and effort here and are just getting hit with one thing after another. And I know they want to change. They want to validate sellers. They want to have good sellers who are selling authentic products. And that's fine. I think that's admirable. And especially with all of the dirt that have been coming out on Walmart, that they weren't doing that before. Now they have to make like a big show that they are. But my bigger issue is, every time they do one of these like changes, it is going to put you behind months on getting approved in that category, being able to sell your products again, getting anybody to look at your case who knows what they're doing. And so that has been just, I think the bigger fear is, even if you have testing reports and CPCs that you can send in, it's going to take so long for them to get verified, and it might not be verified on the first go. So then you're looking at maybe January they're verified and selling, and you've missed the whole opportunity. So I have spent so much time in the past 3 years talking about how Walmart is a good marketplace, and it's just, to me, not anymore. And I do not trust the leadership. I do not trust their choices. They've made mistakes, and now we're paying the price. And like, identities were stolen, inauthentic products were sold, knockoffs were sold. Like, they're in hot water, but now we're paying the price for their poor planning, poor infrastructure, all of it. And I mean, where do we go from here on this platform? I'm not the seller who is talking about the sky falling, or whoever just like wakes up and is hit with a hurdle or an issue and I'm like, I'm done. I've never been that way. I'm not going to be that way now, but I'm treading very cautiously with Walmart. Definitely not putting all my eggs in one basket. I have multiple sources of income, and I would really encourage you guys to do the same. I don't want to lead you in a direction, and I've been leading you to sell on Walmart for a long time, but that is just becoming such a cluster and such a headache, and I think it's going to take a long time to get back on track. So that is my report on Walmart this week. If you've made it through the end of this week and you still have active inventory, congratulations. If you got health and beauty approved CPCs, congratulations. I'm seeing it. I love to see it. I see that it's like able to happen. But the strong survive in this seller space, and I hope you'll survive with me. If you got to the end of this week and you're completely overwhelmed and unsure what to do, just welcome to the party. It's just getting started. Last but not least, the Crazy Flippin' Mom community closes its doors to new members in Q4. I talked about this a lot. We do this every year because there's so many bolos and leads, shopping hauls, opportunities, and we want to make sure that we're all on the same page and leads are not getting tanked. So Once we close the doors, they'll open again back in January and you can join again. But if you are looking for a community who focuses on online and retail arbitrage, and we do have a whole new whole start which focuses on wholesale happening right now as well. But if you are looking for a community who does this, who buys stuff at Walmart and sells actively on Walmart and Amazon, we may be the community for you. You can check out more information, make a decision quickly, join before we close, and join our Monday, Friday live calls. Today we have a huge top 10 grocery US distributor coming to speak to us. It's an amazing opportunity. You'll not find this anywhere else in another seller community right now. I'm so proud of what we're doing and the success our members are achieving. Join us. I hope to see you there. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.